Good day. So allow me to present our study entitled Utilization of Educational Games, Basis for Proposed Educational Activities. So what must be realized? Use of various interactive and innovative strategies in teaching brings color and life to the classroom. Therefore, teachers may administer engaging activities such as utilization of educational games, which may be individual or group, to expedite the cognitive, the social, the behavioral, or emotional dimensions of learning. So for the situation context, this study was conducted to describe the level of competency of public elementary teachers of Santa Teresita District in the utilization of educational games. So what about the problem? The teaching of math, English, and science shall be made easier, more interesting, and more enjoyable. Why is it that there is a need for us to attend to such? If we are going to focus on the results of the test being considered by the Filipino learners, one thing we may realize is that lately, then the Filipino learners are performing not so well, or should I say, the Filipino learners are lagging behind in terms of math, English, and science. That is why we consider that the use of educational games may be regarded as an option. So what then are the objectives of the study? This study intends to describe the level of competency of public elementary teachers in the utilization of educational games. This further intends to determine the relationship of their attitude to their level of competency, as well as to determine what educational games may be proposed. So in relation to methods and procedure, the study used descriptive design to determine the relationship between teachers' level of competency and attitude in utilizing educational games in mathematics, English, and science subjects of all the elementary schools in Santa Teresita District. So what did we find out? So on the first table, we dealt with the relationship between the attitude of the respondents and the level of competency in utilizing educational games. So there are two variables, attitude versus development, and then attitude versus utilization. And if you would be considering the verbal interpretation, it could be noticed that both are interpreted as very significant. So the attitude of the respondents relate to their level of competency in utilizing educational games. Okay, how about on the next table? So we consider that there is no significant difference on the attitude of teachers in the utilization of educational games. So as you could see, there is the list of profile variables such as age, sex, civil status, educational attainment, length of service, and teacher's rank. So all of those variables are interpreted as not significant. So, what else? We found out that the educational games that may be proposed in teaching math, English, and science may include spectacular mining of knowledge, the lost keys, hop, quote, and pick, remember me, and wheel of fortune, young learners edition. So I simply would like you to know that all educational games are original. They are worked on by the researchers so that the teaching of math, English, and science could be made truly interesting and enjoyable. So for our conclusion, we concluded that educational games are relevant to the enjoyable teaching of mathematics, English, and science. And then for practical and social implications, teachers should welcome the challenge of making mathematics, English, and science teaching to be enjoyable to the young learners. And one best way to make it possible is through the use of the educational games worked on or made possible by the researchers. So for keywords, we got the following: educational games, attitude towards educational games, level of competency, utilization of educational games, and development of educational games. And for our resources, the research resources include the following. Okay, so that is all. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for listening. Good day.